Hello everyone, this is a Greyshot 117 here to bring you another COH2 replay brought to you by Ruben Gray. Thank you Ruben Gray for submitting this replay. This is a 3v3 on Lazarus Ambush, you can see right here. In a capacity we have Ispin, Turbo, and Bananan? Sure. We also have Corporal, Lagmir, and Ruben Gray as the allies. For most of my replay, do so via my YouTube channel. Go to my Gmail and submit it. And again, the link is in the description below the video you are currently watching, so you have no excuse. If you don't know how, type in on my channel how to send a COH2 replay. And you'll find a video that tells you how to send a COH2 replay. So again, very simple and easy, and I'm going to start off this video as well by thanking my Patreon supporters, even though I will say at the end of the video as well, Ace, Carter, Leo, Tim, Nick, and Sean. Thank you all so much for supporting me on Patreon. You all rock. In any case, let's get to it, shall we? Anyway, we have 2 Vermont, if I'm right. No, yeah, 2 Vermont and 1 OKW. And 2 Soviet and 1 British player. Very interesting. Oh, wow, they already picked it. So we have advanced armor tactics, so expect a lot of armor. Some terrific strikes if you don't have too much AA. A lot of T-34 score. I just see a T-34 mass army of 76s and 85s? Yeah, 85s. Just swarming the battlefield, and we'll see how that goes. In any capacity, so what's going on in this game? Well, it's quite simple, really. Lazarus Ambush, there are 3 main objectives. You have the far left area, you have the wide open middle, and then you have the more defensive location on the right. Usually the British most likely will be able to lock down this position. And who's here? Most likely by Bananan's current tactic of having this here and putting down caches, he's not really going to have a giant assault to break here. They're going to push here most likely in a double team. And then from that double team, they're going to also over here on the far left, they're most likely going to lock this area down. And again, why would they do that? Well, it's very simple. You lock this area down in a 1v1. You fight here 2v2. Make sure that's under your control. You keep a light attachment here. That way the allies, which I'll flip over, have a hard time and don't have victory points. But, that said, allies currently have victory points. But not for long. It's 2 double stern pioneer. Even though I find them hilarious. Because, again, you have 3 guys over here. It's like a PUBG match where everyone's looking out the window and some guy comes from behind. He's like, wow, I could take out all 3 guys right now. Let's hold a grenade for a couple seconds. And take him out. Or Satchel. Satchel's also a good opportunity to annihilate the entire squad that's not paying attention. Unfortunately, these guys are paying attention, and they're able to dodge it. Most likely, Lagmeyer's going to have to pull back a bit. And I will say, from what I saw on the playtime, the Germans have a small advantage. We'll see how well that goes. Big push over here, but the MG is pretty much going to suppress all of them. Very nicely done. Again, the MG in the trench is very powerful because not only, of course, once it hits that 1, increase the range, but it's pretty much in a nice heavy cover location. But there's one key flaw. It can't turn to save its life. So do not expect this thing to turn around and be like, I'm going to take these guys out. The problem is there's still guys inside who can open fire with their rifles, and they're still pretty powerful rifles. Wow, and somehow they're able to turn around and get a suppression on them. Oh no, this MG turned. I'm like, how the hell did that happen? But, yeah. Also, fun fact, I'm doing this after binging Stranger Things Season 2. Oh my god. I managed to watch the entire season in 1 day. Now, you could be asking yourself, Greyshot, isn't that a little bit extreme? And I will tell you, yes. But it's a really good show. And honestly, it's like your favorite dessert, except you don't feel bloated after eating it. You keep eating it, and it's just delectable and just keeps going and going, and it's really just the amount of time that you can stay awake that's the factor, not really how good the quality of the item is. Because oh my god, top quality. As a monster movie buff, the fact that there's a TV show that literally has giant monsters to tiny monsters to adorable monsters, it is great, along with great child actors and whatnot, and Hopper, who is fantastic. Anyway, let's get to the game, shall we? Not in Stranger Things, which I highly recommend. I'm not sponsored, but I'm just saying it's really good. Penal troops, heavy cover, easily push back the bulk squads, which, oh my god, yeah, you're going to need something, man. What the heck I would get a truck out now, because you're going to need it. Anyway, large support focus, a lot of MGs that Ispend is going. He has a lot of mortars, too, helping in mid and over here. Oh, no, actually, they're just both over on the right. Unfortunately, like, the Soviet player probably gonna have some issues, as shown by the mortar literally blowing up that squad. Now, nice job pointing down a cache, but there is a key issue. Can you defend it? Can you hold this point long enough for the Axis not to come in and just wreck this person here? That is the question. MG over here should be able to knock out that MG if it comes close, because again, there's not a lot of cover right here in this MG, even though it's a Maxim and is probably one of the weakest MGs in the game. Still very powerful if you catch something out in the open with no cover. Anyway, let's check over here. Well, not bad at all. We check over here. He does MG guarding his flank. Unfortunately, Soviet player had a rough time. Also MG over here. So it looks like what he's trying to do is have like this MG wall and just slowly advance. That can work on some maps. And versing a Soviet player that's also trying to counter with MGs, yeah, it will work. Because this MG is weaker than the MG42. Especially if this MG42 gets a small but very powerful upgrade, being a armor-piercing round. Now, again, that's SPVAT 1, but if it gets those, this thing is screwed. Anyway, flip over to the right. The British barely holding, although you can see here the range on this thing is pretty insane. So most likely any attack via infantry is just not going to work. He also has an MG over here. A flank through this left section could work if it's not blocked off, and as far as I can tell, it is not. So that's one opportunity that this guy's not doing. I also love how he's building heavy cover. He's like, yes, he won't see me. Even though if I click here, I don't think he can. No, he's just outside the line. But I'm very curious. The next one he builds, there we go. You now can see it. They're now in range, and the MG can probably open fire on it. Oh, wow. You can see it. It's coming in the view, but they can't see it. That's kind of annoying. Okay, this one they'll probably be able to see it. There they go. I knew. It took a little bit of time, but there you go. Opening fire. They probably will finish it. No, they will not. They'll get suppressed and most likely die. Meanwhile, Volk squad's pushing right up the gut. So, yeah, that's bad for the Allies because, remember that cache I just said you have to protect, otherwise you're wasting 200, what is it? Yeah, you're wasting 200? Well, you know, that just happened. Yeah. Now he's going to push in, and let's see what you got to counter. A penal squad and a concert squad, and you got a sniper as well. Do you have a field medic? You do not. So that, unfortunately, a lot of this infantry, you can't heal their health. Where on the flip side, the German player currently has here a battle group headquarters, so they can retreat to this location and is able to heal their infantry and whatnot. So again, he can retreat here, heal up his guys, and you know, be fine, be relatively fine, I should say. Anyway, double check over here. They are pushing them back. Right hand side, the British is just doubling down on fortifying, and most likely with the stand fast ability, he should be able to build emplacements and whatnot. Nice forward base, by the way, so he can at least retreat to that location from all this here. Plus, if you build a Bofor like right here, it's actually good defense on each side. Maybe a Bofor, emplacement as well to back up the Bofor. But yeah, that's what I would recommend. Unfortunately, the Germans are advancing quite fast. Oh boy. Serb Pioneers going up the gut, picking off random Soviet infantry. They can. Volk squad's coming in with an MG-34. They can get in the building. That would be very bad for the Allies because then they don't have access to their fuel, and the fuel is then guarded by, well, a very powerful MG. Tobruk is actually going something very interesting. He has not put down a headquarters building. I'm wondering where he's going to set it, because I feel like if he pushes too far forward, which is most likely what's going to occur, the Soviets might be able to counter it and overwhelm the flak truck, which essentially it's just it's a flat gun with a very powerful body, but it can't move. So I know, was it Sean and Matthias love that haul down ability. No, I'm sorry, it's GTA as well. And I'm like, all right, that's fine. Wow, okay, sniper, I know you're trying to get that last shot, but you better run, otherwise you are gone. And will he make it? I think, ladies and gentlemen, that sniper is the luckiest sniper alive, with literally enough health that literally if a bug flew on him, he would die. He manages to make it back. Yeah, MG over here, they're kind of healing up. Nice, again, we see your Soviet push, but alas, that scout car just got won by firepower. He's going to pull back. Most likely, that player is just very low on men. Wow, speaking of fortification, he went defensive doctrine. Not bad, but versus a British player, defensive is not, except zeroing artillery via fortifications. It's not the best, I will say. Let's see, Spain went assault doctrine, so expect a lot of cars coming out. You drop those around and get a bunch of extra supplies, which will really help because, oh my god, you check here right now at the Axis, they're outdoing the Allies. And then we check over here by Turbo Kit, and yeah, he's still, I mean, we can definitely see he put down the Panzer headquarters, and he's definitely farther up than it would be, especially because, again, I will always say this every time we see it down the long goddamn road, Su-85 hitting this thing over and over again. I honestly see it happening, just destroying this truck. But that's me. That's me. Anyway, it looks like Beaufort up and running. I don't know where it's hitting, unless it's this, which would actually be a good location to suppress. Yes, it is. Okay, so he's trying. He missed. He actually missed by like a couple feet. But you want to hit here so that barrage can cause suppression and also kill the infantry. But looks like a flank's coming in. And he could have flanked this way, knocked out the MG, but the Beaufort's here. So his idea is to go behind enemy lines. If I was him, I would just lay, hold on, let me double check munitions. He has more than enough munitions. Lay mines everywhere to cause havoc in the Allied supply chain, but that's me. Looks like a T-70 trying to advance, but the headquarters building pushing it back with its gun. Nice. British trying to recap it, but again being suppressed, and the Allies should be able to cap it quite quickly. Unfortunately, we have a push over here with a building that's about to collapse after a mortar hit. I expect a mortar to hit him any moment now. Artillery's coming in and trying to push back the MG, I assume. But it's kind of, I guess it was here, so I'll push back some other squad. Anyway, units are coming in from behind, but once again, you have the Beauforts. I don't, like, the idea would be hitting from multiple directions, which you can't do because of the MGs. Okay, Beaufort's now firing suppressive fire. So this detachment of German soldiers coming in from behind thinking, oh, we're just going to kill it. It's not going to work. It will not work. Because they're going to be suppressed. They're going to be destroyed by that gun. Not unable to move. Hit by the Vickers machine gun and torn apart. Yeah, it's just not. It's not looking good at all. Oh, boy. Fall back. All right. Not bad. Troops holding the line. Unit right there. Penal squad's coming in. And, will that squad? Yep, knocked out the squad. So right now, as much as Tobruk is getting destroyed, the same could honestly be said about the Soviet player who currently has 4 units. So he's not too far behind. He's still far, but not too far. Also, he has a Panther, which beats the T-70 quite a bit. Big push over here by a Panzer IV trying to clear these emplacements. Grenadier squad's lying in wait. A T-gun on standby. Hey, dude, maybe, just maybe, pull this thing back. A T-gun just quickly repositioning, trying to get one last shot off. Alas, not able to. T-7, oh my god, please. Please, please, please. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Oh, god. That would have been incredible if the T-70 killed the Panzer IV. Mortar team almost kills the... Oh, yes. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. And that's why, ladies and gentlemen, we make sure that we heal tanks in closed, cut off, isolated areas. That way, the big, open, wide open areas, you know, you have a risk of being hit by ATs. We don't want to go there. That's a bad thing. Anyway, it looks like a double team over here. But that being said, even with that double team, let's see, 22, 30... and 61, so aim it for about 40, so 240s, and then aim it to be about mid-30s, I would say, and then 27, 35, 39. So, yeah, the Germans are in the 30s, and the Axis need to start gaining ground. Actually, they can just hold, and all they have to do is hold. Now, this Panzer IV comes in, and I expect it to, kills the sniper and kills this. That's a lot of resources down the drain. Actually, they can push this entire front very quickly. I'm actually very surprised he doesn't try. A mortar hit there could work. Panzer IV, oh, nice job. He killed the sniper, so once again, there goes another squad of him. Bringing him down a little bit more. A T-gun moving up, but again, quickly being taken out. literally one Panther shot in there would kill it. But again, knock out the priority, which is the T-70, which very, sorry, T-34, not 70. How is this thing not, okay, there we go. That Panther did a lot, not Panther. The T-34 did a lot more to that Panther than I expected, but nice job. You get, again, Panther is vulnerable in the rear. You keep doing that and keep forcing it to turn. You could have definitely an advantage. Now, Corporal has literally lost his entire army, but with the Soviet way, he's like, okay, here's the thing. I'm going to keep dropping fuel, and most likely what I'm going to do is just literally get every single T-34 I can scavenge and send them out against the enemy. Which, to be fair, that Panther needs healed. And there's no way one single Panther is going to hold against an army of T-34s. I mean, literally, you saw that in actual play. In World War II, the problem was, okay, on a head-to-head battle, a German tank could most likely beat a Soviet tank. But then, of course, later in the war, when literally you have swarms of T-34s coming in or something, because they produced thousands upon thousands of them, and you have, I think that there was like, what, 2,000... like at most Panthers and Tigers and all them, you're just simply not going to be able to outdo that. Now again, unfortunately, that doesn't mean the Soviet crews inside, or the flip side, the American crews inside Shermans are going to be doing great against that advantage. They have to use numbers instead of, well, firepower, but it's still a tactical advantage through numbers. MG currently moving up. Flamethrower squad trying to push him back, but again, forgetting to retreat, almost dying from the flamethrower tank exploding, which, not sure why that guy's flamethrower tank exploding doesn't kill him, but whatever. MG opening fire. Again, probably should have moved him to cover over here a little bit, but that's me. Looks like Panther holding right, and after that entire battle, Allies still down. Compared to the left, these two guys are having issues, but then you compare this guy and the British player, and Bananin is having some key issues. First off, he's going another Panzer IV, and also he should have built a PaK-43 right here, and I would have annihilated all this stuff, because remember, fires through the forest. It's an amazing miracle of science and technology, just like the heat-seeking AT grenades in World War II. But whatever the case may be, MG42 is opening fire, doing a smart thing, trying to knock out the AT gun. Unfortunately, this Panzer IV is not following the case, and wow, very surprised it didn't get annihilated. Very surprised indeed. But I digress. We have a big armor battle going on in mid. We have a T-3045 and a Firefly. Remember how I said that Panther can deal with T-34s? Well, these two things are like the antithesis of a T-34. It has armor and firepower and specials that are designed to cripple larger vehicles. So nice job with the MG42 knocking out that Maxim, but very surprised that these guys don't push up and try to finish that thing off. I understand you want to make sure you don't get too close, but still, that Firefly can do a lot of damage, and you don't really want that Panther to escape, which it is currently doing right now. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like he has a mechanized building, so he's not going to be able to heal it without infantry. Now, we have a bigger problem with the Command Panther. It boosts all armor in the region and makes it very powerful. So if it boosts it with this Panther and then elsewhere, you're going to have some issues. Meanwhile, Ruben Gray continues to hold a solid defensive line and, again, getting another Firefly. Most likely, he's trying to hold this position while getting armor to combat the Panthers and help his teammate push mid, thereby winning the game. Hopefully. We'll see. Now, if I was him as well, he has a ton of munitions. I would lay mines. I know I'm a mine guy, but still. Also, again, we have this area he has to worry about because a nice flank here could have really knocked out that not Panzer IV. The Panzer IV could have knocked out the AT gun with its main weapon from behind, but alas, he did not do that. Why? I don't know. He's not using the... You want to know your battlefield in these maps, and it takes us some playtime, but like I can think of Lazarus Ambush, and I'm like, all right, I know where everything is because I played it so much. It's like the Rooster Teeth guys doing Machinima. They know every single map because they literally go through, they check out every single location of the map, be like, what would be a cool shot? How can we use this part of the map? How can we make this map even better using Forge and make it awesome in Machinima to make red versus blue? How do we do that? A strategy game is not too different. You think of the map, and you in your mind you see these zones of conflict in areas that you can use to your advantage and disadvantage. Disadvantage would be negative cover areas. Advantage would be choke points in other areas of the map, such as minefields on Vilsam. This area, if I was this guy, I would try to lure the Panthers in these wide open terrain and then move the Fireflies up and take them out long range or in these long corridors. Or lure them in a trap. Unfortunately, the Panzerfaust ability of that Volk squad kind of just... Are you serious? Is it really ramming? Can it ram with a broken engine? I didn't know you could ram with a broken engine. I think that must have been glitched. I have never seen a vehicle ram with a broken engine. Anyway, double Firefly just holding steady, opening fire. I love the freaking Fireflies. Like, yeah, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? We are tank destroyers. Our guns can pierce your front armor. Come at me, bro. Missiles opening fire. Alas, missing all but one of them. Actually hit. Panther trying to go in for the kill. Might be able to get one. Nope. Yes, it gets one. Bounce. Well, the last shot of this one, like, I'll get you back, and it bounces. Now that two, it gets armored skirts, which could allow it to go toe-to-toe, but this Sherman Firefly now is also that too. So, most likely what he wants to do is bring it into firing range for this Panzer headquarters open fire. This will allow it to do a little bit of damage. Also, rushing infantry could help. There's also another problem. Main gun destroyed. So now this thing is useless. It can essentially deflect shots, but it can't engage. Luckily, it deflected that shot. Now, dude, I would keep rolling back, otherwise you are screwed. You can see here we have some type of airstrike coming in. And Firefly getting one nice shot off. Unfortunately, the Stormwind strike comes in a little late, but alas, it doesn't matter. Panther is dead. Infantry squad knocked out from the Stormwind strike, though. And unfortunately, as well, the plane got shot down. I think. Oh, there it goes. It crashed into the forest. Fortunately, that Panzer headquarters is a nice anti-air gun. Go figure, right? It's a flak gun. So what just happened in that engagement? Well, very simple. The best player, in my opinion, on the Axis side, or one of the best players, lost all of his armor, except for possibly getting one tank out shortly. Ispind is currently getting out a Brumbar. Not really all that effective for frontline combat, though he's probably very close to getting a Tiger. And this guy currently doesn't even have a Pack 43, which would be great here. Oh, you're wondering what his Panzer IV is? Well, as you can see, it did a great job at attacking Grey's line. So Ruben is just going to hold here. Most likely he doesn't really need to engage. He can just regroup and wait for backup. What's backup exactly? Well, this guy has a full T-34 army. As I stated, if you can't beat your enemy, roll them over. So he has that going. And also, we have Big Papa IS-2. Why? Very simple. This thing is the Tiger equivalent for the Soviets. It is very powerful. The problem is, its gun is not as armor. It doesn't have the best armor piercing gun. It is slower, and its gun turns very slow. But it's still an effective unit. Now, as stated before, Panzer headquarters building, long range AT, shots via the Firefly and then IS-2. The IS-2 is though great against versing pretty much emplacements like this, and it is great for killing infantry because its gun is very explosive. Penal troops coming in, supported by the IS-2. I love this for Kenwerfer, by the way, who just got murdered, but still, you have to give the tenacity to the little guy for constantly fighting and holding back this thing for so long, and IS-2 realizing, hey, maybe I should focus on that, you know, the thing that's hurting me. And any time there's engagement, if there's something that can take out my super unit, I try to neutralize that immediately. Now, I believe this is a fragmentation bomb. Yeah, there it goes. Unfortunately, fragmentation bombs, against popular opinion, don't do much against armor. It stuns it, sure, but don't expect it to kill all. Oh my god, one more Panzer Shrek. Oh, it turned around the corner, and it barely survived. And there's nothing else in the German arsenal that can kill it, so this ISU is going to get healed very quickly, though, once again, probably an airstrike or something could do damage to it, but most likely not kill it, like zeroing artillery, which I know this guy's saving up for zeroing artillery a lot, but dear lord, really? 700 munitions? You can't think of anything else to spend it on? Like, anything? Nice job with the Panther coming in. So Bananin saw the opportunity and knocked it out. Unfortunately, though, there's a key issue. Well, first off, let me double check. Yeah, you had a ton more you can place on mines and trucks, and oh boy, now you get a Panther, and it looks like they're trying to help here. But those T-34s, remember, it's like, man, we should have definitely checked their base or reconned it or something, realized, why isn't Red attacking us, and why is he constantly dropping fuel? I'm sure that will not lead to our destruction at all. But anyway, T-34 is really not facing any major opposition except for maybe a teller mine here or there. I think it was a teller mine. Which, by the way, just quickly healed, I believe. Yeah, they have the auto-repair ability. So, yeah, that's bad. Isban looks like he lost his Panther due to the Firefly, which is 3 kills. Oh, sorry, no. Wait, 1 building, 1 vehicle, and 1, I think. Did this get the kill? Did this get the kill? Did either of them? This got 4 kills. This has killed 3 vehicles. Okay, so the AT gun is the MVP right now in vehicle kills. Okay. Let's switch back over to the Allies, shall we? They are slowly building up their army, although Lagmeyer sucks. I'm going to be quite honest. He honestly sucks. And I could say the exact same thing for another player. Banana's doing okay with his infantry and at least keeping that alive. Those armor usage is kind of lackluster. Turbrud is pretty good overall. I would say okay. But if you're looking for a high-level, competent game like the one Matthias had, maybe not here. But if you're looking for an interesting, just curb stomp, well, I guess this could be it. No, it's not really a curb stomp. I would just think of it as the Battle of Noobs. I think this would be a good summation. Sorry, Ruben. I'm gonna be honest. This is not a high-level battle. Because again, if this guy was smart, he would realize, oh, maybe I should press. And if this guy was, you know, better, he would be like, okay, maybe instead of after I heal these guys, I should probably take out their base of command, which is back here, and push back the Germans all the way back to their base. Now, I think that might have been a satchel over there, which they just backed off from. Quickly trying to put down the emplacement. Not a bad idea. Get the Bofor online to push back infantry and armor respectively. Panther now like, okay, we have to focus this guy, but too late. Too late. We have a Comet, Firefly, and a T-34-85 versus a Verkenwerfer and a single Panther. And lo and behold, we have an airstrike inbound. So things are not looking good. Airstrike knocked out the Verkenwerfer. Plane flies overhead. Don't have to worry about AA because they knocked that out. And the tank has been decrewed. Yeah. Hey, how's that Pack 43 going? How's that Pack 43 going? You build no Pack 40. Man, once again, Pack 43 right here could fire through the ground and just hit all this stuff. Again, you need a player who knows about it, but yeah, that's what's good at. I'm assuming this guy's saving up for a Panther to help his teammates, but at this point, it's essentially GG. So what have we learned? Well, if you are winning, make sure that, and you're like, where's the enemy? A, press your advantage, and B, prepare for your defenses. Ruben did this. Ruben did here as well. Unfortunately, the Germans failed to see that. They pushed up so far, and they did nothing with their captured territory, and it bit them in the ass. It honestly did. They're like, okay, cool, we got this, guys, and then, yeah, it just didn't work out so well for them. Anyway, I also love how they keep engaging. Like, yeah, well, let's fight the Panther. And there's like AT gun, Firefly, Comet, and Bofor. And it's just going to get annihilated. So, congratulations on that grand charge. Also, nice job at least getting this thing back. I mean, no, I'm being honest. I'm like, serious. That is actually pretty good that you managed to capture that Panther back and at least get that. Now, I also like how it's funny this guy got this instead of a Tiger. You figure the Tiger might come in handy. Anyway, Panther rolling in. Fragmentation Bomb won't do all that much because he's going to hard him before it comes in and not do a damn thing. T-34 is going to come in and Jesus Christ. Mother Russia would be proud. At this point, Ispan is like, okay, screw this, I'm done. And I don't blame. Wow, it looks like a mine went off again. Very nice. He's just going straight down to the guy's base, which, to be fair, I would too. If I saw this, I'm like, all right, I give up. I'm done. Because this is something where this is like, what's the best way to put it? It's like, hey, it's being diagnosed with cancer, and then being like, you know what? I'm going to take no treatment. It's completely fine. I'm just going to let this thing grow and grow and grow. Actually, you know what? Remove that statement because that's something we may not know of or the severity of. How about a tree? that's a better example. There's a tree next to your house, and you're like, I'll cut it later, and it grows and grows and grows until finally it gets so large it falls over and knocks over your house, and you're like, man, I should have taken that out before it knocked over. It, like, when it was small, it was like my size. Anyway, unfortunately, the T-34s did get wrecked by the Panthers, so nice job on that one. That was a bloody massacre, but that being said, this guy's entire base is destroyed, though it's an AI, so he doesn't have to worry too much. Though that is definitely a lot of dead T-34s, but he has more than enough manpower and fuel to get them back rather quickly, so it shouldn't be too long. There goes another T-34. Allies control the remaining points. Well, it looks like the tree that got too large and started to fall on your house actually turned out that actually your neighbor's house, who was secretly giving it growth hormone or something like that. I watch a lot of sci-fi movies. That's typically the thing. You give something growth hormone, turns into a giant thing, and kills a bunch of teenagers. Anyway, Panther most likely being knocked up at the IS-2. Corporal, yeah, okay. Kill this tank for now. That would be wonderful, maybe. And you're gonna go, okay, it's like the battle, neither side can get, oh my god. Move up. Can you actually see it? Yes, you can. Shoot. I love how this thing is, now they're shooting each other and they're so weak that they can't hit each other. It's like the scene in Pokemon, the first movie, where they're, like, the Pokemon are slapping each other, and it's like, it looks like both of you are just gonna take a nap, honestly. It's not that, like, you're just, it's like you're so tired and out of it, it's just like a simple slap fight at that point. Alright, nice job with the Furken for at least knocking it out. We have a Command Panthers rolling up. Or Panthers rolling up, I should say. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like that the Allies will be able to really be pushed back. Nice job, by the way, with the Shawnee VRE. Doing a lot of damage. Panther being pushed back, respectively. Taking mid, but that's not going to really do all that much. I love, like, again, there's still a tank right there. T-34 swarming the crippled Panther. Again, not a bad idea if it can't move. Quickly trying to heal it while it's being shot, also not the best move. But I will give tenacity to the Germans who actually were able to massacre all those tanks. There were 8 T-34s and they all died. Lagmir says noobs. Lagmir, you sucked. Honestly, so yeah, you're the only noob I see. Like, again, the best player I see out of this, honestly, is just Ruben, who's literally like, what the fuck just happened? What did I walk into? Because everyone here, everyone, except for maybe Torb for the most part, he was okay. The rest of them were terrible. Like, your blob, it's like, okay, if you start getting annihilated, pull them back, and also maybe don't attack an AI base. Because that's a bad idea. Why? Because AI gets so many buffs. If you destroy their entire base, what you're going to get is them pumping out Panthers and Tigers that you left them. It's like, oh, Greyshot, no, they didn't. Well, let's be very clear. They left the Heavy Panzer Corp alive. It's barely damaged, but everything else was killed. Alright? So you're essentially being like, AI, here's all the manpower you can get, all the fuel that you can, gather, and now just pump up Tigers and Panthers. Great plan, and that almost backfired. Luckily, again, the AI started rebuilding, and actually it managed to pump out infantry in a Stug, so I don't know how it managed to do that with everything, but whatever. Or at least chose that path as like, yes, I want the Stug to win the battle. Ruben did a great job at holding mid and the right-hand side against a rather annoying person. Banana, I wouldn't say he's terrible either, but that being said, he could have very easily taken us out sooner. He just chose not to via his tactics. Overall, let's check and see. Torbrook, again, most likely, again, most kills and damage makes sense. On the other side, yeah, Ruben got most damage. His tank destroyers, Sherman Fireflies, were incredible. So very nice job on that end. In any case, guys, I want to thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. This has been Greyshot 117 here, and I'll see you all next time. Before this video ends, I want to once again give a shout out to special Patreon supporters Ace, Sean, Carter, Leo, Tim, and Nick. Thank you guys so much for your awesome support. You guys can support me as well by hitting that like and subscribe button. Otherwise, I'll see you all next time.